MVP. This is a tricky one now.
Yeah.
I think I could make an argue. I think it's a 3-person race. I think you could argue it's a 4-person race if you throw what Tyreek's doing in Miami, if you wanted to throw in a positional player. But to me, it seems like it's Mahomes, Allen, Hurts right now. Jay, where are you going?
I wrote down Pat.
You're a leader of a fan club here.
Yeah,
remember,
exactly.
So.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. So I picked Patrick Mahomes, and his problem is he gets talked about too much, right? The stats he's putting up are insane. Like this, if this were, let me just pick a player. If this were Derek Carr putting up these stats, everybody would be like, holy shit, like Derek Carr, like he's getting assigned this monster contract now, but it's Patrick Mahomes, and it's just expected of him. Leads the league in yards, leads the league in touchdowns, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? I mean, like it's the same thing. You know, he's a machine, but gotta respect it, dude. I mean, he's doing it.
Yeah.
So, he's unstoppable. He still makes the insane plays, doesn't get hurt. So he's mine.
I went with Jalen Hurts just because, I mean, you could make an argument that any of these teams it goes through the quarterback, but I just think his ability to run and his growth passing and what he's doing with that team, and if they do indeed go 17-0 or even 16-1, I think that's gonna kind of bump them up to that next level. I mean, I don't know where they're at for like total touchdowns if they're near each other, but I think this is. But again, like Rodgers won too, and we kind of expect that out of Rodgers. It's like we're expecting this out of Mahomes. It's like with Jalen Hurts, I don't think we were expecting this as much, so he's kind of surprised, which kind of I think bumps him more towards the top.
It's crazy. These three are so close. Last night when I was writing the blog, I originally had Allen in, but then I looked at the stats more and like the analytics stuff, and I actually ended up going with Mahomes. That's who I'm picking right now. His stat lines this season are ridiculous for Mahomes. But then I also because I wasn't even like looking. I knew Hurts was one of the top 3, but then I looked at Hurts too, and I was like, he's a lot closer, if not has a really good argument for being MVP this year with that dual threat. The amount of touchdowns. Does he have like 9 rushing touchdowns? He's like one of the league leaders in rushing touchdowns too, leading the top team. I have Mahomes just because his numbers have been so dynamite, and doing it without Hill, showing what Hill's doing in Miami is even more impressive. I do think though that this MVP race, if it continues this way, has the chance to be one of the most like intriguing MVP races we've seen in a long, long time, where these 3 guys could go down the wire, assuming Allen is healthy.
And then I guess the thing with Tyreek is like, even if he breaks Calvin Johnson's record in like the 16-game season, is that enough?
Well, we talked about Kupp last year, like how he rightfully deserved to have MVP votes. I think we even made an argument that he should have won it last year.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't win it last year, as with what he accomplished there, I don't think Tyreek will get here. But I mean, Tyreek definitely deserves to be in that final 4 or 5 based on that alone. What he's done for that Miami offense and Tua, and the fact that he's doing it without Mahomes, plus potentially breaking a record. I mean, how do you not have him in there? I feel like they wait too much on quarterbacks sometimes, but that's just the NFL.